Hello there. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be chatting to Maria. Now, Maria, I have known for about 2 years. We met in a forum. I'll put the link to the forum in the description below because I know some of you often ask when how I meet people and where I meet them. The description is under the video. Because I keep putting information in the description and people keep asking me where the description is. It's under the video. Anyway, so I have been trying to persuade Maria for a long time to come on the channel and come on a video because she retired to Portugal. She planned on buying a place in the Algarve and ended up in Central Portugal. And I thought that was quite interesting, so I wanted her to come and tell us her story. So why I'm explaining this is because I need to apologise for the sound. Well, I'm not apologising because it is what it is. I'm warning you about the sound. It's not the best quality because the only way I could persuade Maria to come on the video was if we wasn't just sitting down with the camera, you know, sitting down in front of the camera. So I said, I tell you what we'll do, we'll just go on a drive and do the videos if you're just chatting to me. So that's how we did it. So the sound quality isn't the best, but I think she had a great story to tell and I think that is better than nothing. So enjoy the video. This is Maria's story of how she found her little slice of paradise in Portugal, as she calls it. So first we're off to a little restaurant called the Olive Tree, which is, do they do wonderful food? Is that why we're going there?
Yeah, they do nice Portuguese food.
Nice traditional Portuguese food, which is halfway between the village that Maria is and Tocha, which is the nearest beach, which is about half an hour.
Very popular with the locals.
Do you get any other expats in there? Foreigners?
Not that I'm aware of. It's
Portuguese.
It's predominantly Portuguese.
Oh my God, does that mean we got to speak Portuguese?
Oh yes.
Oh my God, I should have looked up.
That's the mixed grill. And bacala, chanfana.
So we are just leaving that restaurant. It doesn't look like anything special, but it was amazing. And I've got to take pictures of the food. And there was locals in there that wondered how these English-speaking people knew how to find it. So I'm chatting to Maria as we drive and she is taking us to her nearest beach, which is Tocha. So I shall turn the camera around and show you the area while Maria tells us how she ended up here. So Maria, how long have you lived here in Portugal? And where did you come from?
Oh, now how far back do you want me to go? Born in the Caribbean, little island called Grenada.
Wait, stop there.
Born on a little island called Grenada in the Caribbean. My parents immigrated to the UK. I joined them when I was 7. And I've lived in the UK since I was 7. About 20 years ago, I went off to Sri Lanka. I did some voluntary work for 3 years in Sri Lanka. I then spent 4 years in Australia, came back to the UK in 2015, and I've been semi-retired since then, trying to find the perfect place to retire. So I was working 6 months and traveling for 6 months trying to find the right place, and Portugal came up on my radar. So I've got friends who are from Mozambique, and I used to visit Mozambique quite a bit, and it was somewhere I'd considered retiring to, but the language was going to be a problem. Because there's more Portuguese being spoken in Mozambique than English, I think I would struggle. I'm struggling now, but I decided that I couldn't be so far away. Mozambique was too far. Considered going back to the Caribbean, but most of my family and friends are in the UK, so hence I started looking over in Europe. Spain was never really an option, and I decided to have a look at Portugal back in 2017. I came out for a couple of weeks, and the following year I came out and I did 6 months. Fell in love with it, and initially I was looking at the Algarve.
Yes, this is the bit what interests me. You was going to move to the Algarve.
I was seriously thinking of the Algarve. I spent 6 months in the Algarve. It was 2018, 2019. I went from east to west, and I thought I was going to settle in Lagos. So the following year, 2020, I decided to go back and spend 6 months there with a view to finding a property. And of course, that was when the pandemic hit. I actually got locked down in Lagos. I arrived on the 1st of March, and within a couple of weeks of being there,
That must have been horrible.
well, I think that's what made the decision for me that the Algarve wasn't the place for me, because it
That's
was like
interesting.
a ghost town. It was always my intention to be part of a community. I wanted to learn the language, and I realized when I was locked down in Lagos that it really was just Disney World, really. So I decided that I needed to maybe look further afield. I had seen properties, because a lot of the properties I was looking at was online, and I'd seen properties in the Silver Coast, so I started doing some research around that area. I said I was stuck down in Lagos for 3 months, because like a lot of people, thought this pandemic was going to be over and done with in no time, and I can start house hunting properly. And that wasn't the case. So after 3 months, stuck in an Airbnb, and only allowed to go out to go shopping and to do some exercise, I went back to the UK, and and continued looking online. Saw some really nice properties in Central Portugal, and decided that I need to, as soon as I could get out here, come out and check out the properties and check out the area. So last year was I got the opportunity when all the restrictions were lifted. I came out for 6 weeks. I'd seen a couple of properties online. I'd made arrangements to view, and that was fun. There was one in particular that I had set my heart on, and although the estate agent was trying to get me to put a deposit down on it, I was very much aware once you put a deposit down, you have made a commitment.
So she was being a bit dodgy, because she didn't make it clear what that deposit meant, and she was really pressurising you to put a deposit down.
Yeah,
Is that the one?
she was. But I'd done my research, and I knew that if I put a deposit down, that I would end up losing that deposit. Unless the seller would agree to give it back to me, and he had to give 10% down. So I wasn't too happy with her.
Yeah.
But leading up to me coming out here to actually view the property, I was in touch with her, and yes, the property was still on the market. She was telling me the property was still on the market, and I came out. The day I arranged to meet her to go and view the property. I arrived in the office to be told by her, "Oh, it's been sold." It's like, really?
Okay.
So
That's
But-
a polite word. I wanted to say something else.
But you know what? It worked out well because I actually went to see where the property was, and that was one of the reasons I didn't want to buy a property on scene. I mean, you need to know if there's a pig farm at the back of the garden, or if you just need to have a look at the location. And although this was a beautiful house, and she had done a video viewing, it was really hilly.
Where was that? Where was it?
Villanova de Porres. A lovely place.
is-
Further inland from here.
Yeah.
But it was really hilly. So anyway, I took the opportunity I went back online. I took the opportunity to start looking at other properties. I went to Algarve. I came back down, and then I saw the house that I bought, and I fell in love with it straight away. But I'd already made arrangements to see other places, so I carried on with my viewing.
Sensible.
Well, yeah, you never know. There's
Exactly.
could be something better around the corner.
Or even just to cement in your mind the decision
It's the
that
right
you've already
place for
made.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You are in a little village.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Cadima.
you're in the region, whatever, of
Coimbra.
Cantanhede.
District of
Right, the district of Coimbra, sub-region Cantanhede, in a little village called Cadima. Because I house sat for you before, and once when I was house sitting here, I did a live, and someone said, this makes me laugh, where's all the people? It looks like nerve gas had been dropped on the village and everybody's dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that paints the picture for you.
It's a very quiet village, but it suits me down to the ground. I'm on the edge of the village.
And you're used to that, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a I like my. What's the word I'm looking for? I can be very solitary. I love the company of others, but I do enjoy being on my own. And I lived in, like I said, I lived in Sri Lanka for 3 years. Didn't speak the language, and I can sit and people watch. You know, I love my own company. So maybe too much.
It's lovely, yeah.
Maybe too much. But yeah, it's a very quiet village. But I'm slowly getting to know the locals, and I have plans to do some voluntary work. I've met some lovely expat who have been really, really supportive, and has helped me through the settling in process. You know, the financier and all the different things that needs to be done when you first move to Portugal. So yeah.
Is there anything that you're a bit slow to love about the place?
I think because I've always been a solo traveller, a bit like yourself. I'm used to doing things for myself. I used to being travelling on my own and dealing with things, and I found that really difficult here, obviously because of the language barrier, but also it's even just going out for something to drink or going for something to eat. It doesn't feel as comfortable doing that over here, especially in the village. Because it's very male orientated, and you just feel like a woman just going out on her own. I mean, even my expat friends who who are very supportive. If I'm having any work done, you know, one of them will come with me, you know, or come along to make sure that everything's all right. And it's like, I'm not used to that.
They are, you know, we do come here because we like it. Parts of the life are like going back in time, but going back in time means some of the not so good things of how things used to be, i.e. inequality and people's attitudes to what women should and should not be doing. Yeah,
exactly. But I'm hoping that will subside in time as they get to know me, and obviously as long as I'm starting to pick up the language a little bit more, and I'm able to communicate myself rather than to depend on others. But I have to say that my language teacher's not happy with me. I don't practice as much as I should.
Neither is mine. That's me. I'm not happy with myself. It's just, I don't know what it is.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Coming into Tocha now.
Right.
So,
So we'll
I love
carry
this
on
place.
the chat
I
as
love
we
this place.
when we get out. Excellent.
It's never overly busy, this place. But now that all the holiday makers have gone home, it's nice to get this back to myself. I can put the car anywhere and stop off and have a coffee. There's parking down there.
So this would be heaving, would it, in the summer along here?
Oh God, yes. For a few weeks in the summer, you get a lot of surfers. It's
gorgeous. Oh, look at the little sailing boats. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. The sand dunes. Oh, it's lovely. And it's quite pleasant. It's not chilly. I've got a jumper on, but no jacket.
Tocha is between Mira and Figueira da Foz. Figueira da Foz to me is like Blackpool.
Which everybody's heard of, yeah.
So it's lovely if you like that sort of thing.
I don't think I've ever been. I don't think I've ever been there.
Figueira is about half an hour from here. It's not far at all. So, and, they've got a casino down there. And it's okay. It's great because you can go down. And they have shows down there. And so, if you want to dip into all of that, it's half an hour away from me. So this is the beauty about being in this location is I'm away from the maddening crowd, but I can dip into it.
Exactly.
I can get into Coimbra in half an hour. I can get down to Figueira da Foz in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and the airport is an hour and 20 minutes away. So the location is good. The location is good.
So we're right on the beachfront, and this is Sammy.
Hi.
Who has this lovely place. We are about to have homemade vegan brownies. And how long has this been open, Sammy?
Sorry?
How long has this place been open?
We opened in August.
Oh, so
yeah,
new.
like 3 months. We are new here.
Oh, okay. And what can people get here?
It's like for sweetie things. We do homemade crepes, homemade waffle. In the summer we have homemade ice cream with vegan ice cream.
Vegan ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's empty now because we are in November, but I will put the place on the map of where this is, because you can get vegan ice cream and you can get a non-dairy latte. I am in heaven. Oh my gosh, it's the little things. Oh, I savour this. You didn't come here before Brexit.
No,
So you came here on a D7 visa.
correct.
And how was that process?
It was pretty straightforward. Once I've done my research as to what was required, it was really just a matter of putting all the paperwork together. A few bank statements. Either a tenancy agreement, but in my case, I had my own property to show what, and then evidence what income that you have. So once I got all those paperwork together, I was already in Portugal, so I had to go back to England to submit it to the consulate. And a decision was made within 2-3 weeks. I got my, in fact, I only got my D7 visa a couple of months ago. I'm now waiting for my appointment with SEF 2nd of December to get my residency card.
Yeah.
So yeah, the process wasn't too difficult.
And how do you find it? We've talked about being a woman on your own. How do you find it being a woman of colour in a little village in rural Portugal, rural-ish Portugal?
they do stare, but I think the Portuguese stare anyway.
I used to think it was because I was tall, but they do because of that. But they stare anyway.
They do stare anyway.
You
But
never know.
no, it's been lovely, and that was one of the reasons why I chose this village as well. Because when I first arrived, I was in a bed and breakfast, literally about 20 minutes from where my house is, and the owners were lovely. They really embraced me, and when I arrived, they took me into the village. Nobody batted an eyelid. I mean, they looked, but it wasn't that obvious staring. I mean, for someone, I've travelled, I've gone to Asia, and trust me, people walk out in the street not looking at the traffic because they're so busy looking at you. But people were so nice. And one time when I moved into the house, I used to get quite a lot of the locals, because my road leads to nowhere. It leads into a wood. And people used to literally just walk up to my house, look, turn around and walk back. I just waved to them.
Yeah, but they probably would have done that to whoever moved into the house at the edge of the village. Yeah,
exactly.
Because like many places in Portugal, a lot of the street leading up to your house is owned, like all the same family live. Yeah.
In fact, the edge where I'm located, I think at least half a dozen of the houses that I'm aware of are owned by family members.
Yeah.
I think initially it would have been a large piece of land, and it was split up between family and inheritance,
which is quite common.
Very much so.
I love that would make such a sweet little.
I have seen that place.
I just
before.
really love it. So this is Cadima, the little village centre. They have cafe, bakers, a little mini market, a little square with a little children's play area, another cafe over there, fishmongers, bank, pharmacy, restaurant, dressmakers, and all the little basic things you need. So Maria's place is actually split into two. She lives downstairs, and upstairs is a large 3-bedroom apartment which she has on Airbnb. So I'm going to show you around, and it's actually a great place, a nice central place if you are on a scouting trip and you need somewhere of that size. Then it might be an option of somewhere to stay. Right, so this is Maria's lovely apartment which she has for rent. Oh, there's a bike going by. So this is the view from the front door. Sorry about the bike. It is a very, very quiet lane, as you can see. That's what we have next door, the farmer's field. So here there's a lovely table. It's not a lovely table, a table which is lovely to sit out on when it's set out in the summer. It doesn't even have to be summer because this is covered. So it's really nice when it's mild. That's the lovely full-length balcony on the front, and this is the entrance, and that's what you look at when you come in. Nice big hallway. And this is the living dining room. So that's the living room, and it does have heating. There's this fireplace here which she has wood for, TV, lovely comfy big corner sofa. That's the hallway. You can see how big it is. So we've got the kitchen, fully equipped, microwave oven, gas hob. That is my Instapot. Lovely big fridge freezer, huge, nice and bright because you've got 2 windows. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, that's all fully equipped if you like to cook. Then there's just the one bathroom with shower over the bath, and that's again, it's nice and big. So that's that. Then you have, that's just the other door to the living room. Then you have a room with 2 single beds. It's so cozy. Then you have a double bed. I'm not sure if that's a, it looks like a king, it looks big. Again, lovely mirror, which you may think, yeah, it's just a mirror, but the amount of places that don't bother with the mirror. You know, she's got bedside lamps by each bed, some storage, hanging space. She has a bin in every room. I stay in a lot of places and, you know, it's these little touches, the amount of places that there's only a bin in the kitchen and that's it. They have these heaters, which are really good. So, and this is the other double bedroom. And another, I'm not sure if it's a king, but again, you've got heating, you've got nice bedside tables on each side, hanging space, drawers, big drawers there. And then that's the big sort of like French windows out onto that big balcony, veranda, whatever it's called, that we saw earlier. So yeah, it's a really lovely space. And that's the living room from the other side. And it's evening now. Obviously you get the sun in the front of the house in the morning. It is just lovely sitting down here. And we did have the motorbike going past before, but apart from that and the odd tractor, it's, if I shut up, really peaceful. And maybe I'll go and show you the back and the pool and everything. Right, so it does have stairs up to the place, obviously, because it's an upper apartment. So you have access to a pool and an outdoor kitchen. That's her pool, which is currently covered up because we are in November. And she has another little space here, which is, oh, can't see it properly, but that's a room with a shower and toilet, ensuite, and what is it, a little kitchenette she's putting in as well. So there we have it. I'll put a link to her listing in the description below. Remember, it's below the video. And that's it until the next one. Thank you for watching.